Alright, what's up, YouTube? It's Boxingwave. Coming, driving through Harlem, going back to the house. Hope everybody survived that blizzard yesterday. Everybody on the East Coast, you know. But anyway, listen, Amir Mansour fight, I didn't watch yet. Okay, I didn't watch the Mansour Brazil fight. I didn't watch the whole Aaron Martinez fight, so I'm not going to be doing those videos. Joseph Parker, people asking me for Joseph Parker review. I did not watch the full fight yet. I did see the highlights of the fight. I did see the stoppage, but I did not watch the full fight. Yo, you guys always want me to do a Joseph Parker video. Man, the guys knock everybody out. What do you want me to talk about? Nah, but I will check this fight out, and I will do a review on it, because I was kind of anticipating fight a little bit. A few days ago, I went and looked at the Bergman fights, and Bergman was a little dangerous. I thought he was like a semi-dangerous opponent, because he do have a big left hand. The fight went 8 rounds, so I mean, it's not like the typical Joseph Parker fight. So I will check the video out when I get back home, and I'll do a review on that fight when I get a chance. All right, I'll do it today. I'll try to do it before the football game start. But anyway, Danny Garcia versus Barbara Guerrero. Man, I wish I was in the building, because the crowd was so loud that I couldn't even hear the commentary like that. You know, it felt like I was in the building watching that fight. You know, Robert Guerrero definitely had the crowd there, just like he had the crowd when he fought Keith Thurman. But speaking of Keith Thurman, commentary is not really for him. Dude was talking about himself too damn much, man. You know, my man AO on Twitter, AO, you remember the basketball player from N 1? He was on there saying that he was on there saying that Keith Thurman was on there looking like Steven Seagal. But anyway, listen, the fight was good, man. That was a good fight. It went like it was supposed to. I mean, Guerrero did what he had to do. It's just hard to maintain pressure when you get hit with body shots. And I think a lot of people weren't really looking at what was really going on in the fight. Like, I seen people was posting like 4-0 Guerrero so far. Like, they gave Guerrero the first 4 rounds. I was like, man, crazy. You know, I scored it 9-3 for Garcia. Maybe 8-4. At the most, maybe give Guerrero 4 rounds. But, you know, I gave Guerrero one of the... You could give Guerrero one of the last round, you know, because the last round was just dumb. They was going crazy. That was like Hagler, Hearns, that last round. You know, that last round was crazy. But anyway, it was a good fight. You know, Guerrero did what he had to do. He was coming in. He's smothering Danny. You know, and he was also landing clean shots in the beginning. Okay, Danny was landing clean shots. You know, he was on his bike the most part. He's on his, you know, he was doing a lot of movement. This is the most moving I've ever seen Danny do, you know. And he was throwing that straight right hand, that duck thing that Floyd Mayweather likes to do. He was doing a lot of that in this fight. But, you know, Guerrero eventually slowed down. I think it was that 5th round where Danny, like, really shined in that one round. That first, was it 5th round or 6th round? I can't remember. But that's where Danny really started to shine, and then he won like a bunch of rounds in a row after that. And you know, I knew he was gonna win by a unanimous decision. I thought he might have gotten a stoppage, but it was crazy for me to think that, because Guerrero is tough. He showed his toughness in his fight. He never was really hurt. You know, he took just pounding and just kept coming. And for him getting all those wars, I thought it was going to finally catch up to him in this fight. But it didn't, you know. He still showed. And you know what? He came prepared. I thought when he fought Aaron Martinez, I thought he was a little chubby, you know. Not chubby, but a little soft. Softer than he usually is when he comes in the ring. So he definitely looked like he was in shape. And I thought he did a good job. He did the best that he could do. You know, I think if he fought some other fighters this fight, he would have won. You know, with the way that he came, because he was giving Danny some hell in the beginning. I don't think he won the first 4 rounds like some of the people on the timeline. And you know, listen, let me tell you guys something. All right, and I was speaking on this a little bit with boxing fans' emotions, and when I made that video about racism the other day that I took down, I put on private now. You know, you guys got to get over that Mauricio Herrera shit, man, and Raul Salka. You know, you guys got to get over that at the end of the day, you know? Because, listen, I made videos here. I've made videos on my channel talking about Danny Garcia and his cherry-picking antics. But if you really look at the guy's resume, the guy got an impressive resume. He got a better resume than mostly everybody at 147, you know? He got a better resume than Keith Thurman. He got a better resume than Sean Porter. You know? He got a better resume than the majority of the guys in 147. And the fact that he's still winning, I didn't think he won all his fights. But that's my opinion. He got the win on his resume. You know? Just like Canelo. It's like, I don't think Canelo won all his fights, but the guy got a damn good, for him to be in his mid-20s, he got a damn good resume. You know? And you guys, you know, I'm watching the fight and I'm looking at my timeline. You got journalists, you got people that's well respected in the game, and they're sitting here just blatantly rooting for Robert Guerrero because they don't like Danny Garcia. You know, I understand them, but you can't show your emotion to a point where, you know, I'm giving Danny his props, and guys are sitting here telling me that he's losing the fight. He getting blown out. Dude wasn't getting blown out. You see what happened with those body shots? They finally caught up to Robert Guerrero. You got to give the guy his props. He looked impressive, you know. And then when he started getting his rhythm going, he was boxing. He was looking like damn near like Floyd Mayweather in there, like halfway through the fight. You know, just landing big shots and moving. You know, and sneaking and escaping out of there. You know, and he looked all right. You know. You got to give him his props because he's beating guys and he's looking good doing it, you know. And Robert Guerrero, I know a lot of you were saying that Robert Guerrero was winning. He was clearly winning the fight, and then as soon as Danny started winning, you're calling him a bum again. You know, you're saying that Guerrero's washed up. Oh, he's washed up now that he's losing a fight. Oh, he's losing for a reason because Danny is doing damage. You gotta give him props. And I know he shouldn't have fought Rob Salka, but you gotta get over that shit, man. Get over it. Stop being emotional about it. Some of y'all want to hold that on the guy forever, man. He's fighting. You know, he fought Robert Guerrero. He's gonna fight Amir Khan or possibly, you know, somebody good. You know, I think Danny Garcia could beat a lot of guys at 140. If we keep it in 100, I think he could beat Sean Porter. You know, I don't know if he could beat Keith Thurman, but I think he could give Keith Thurman a good fight. You know, I think he definitely would give it Keith Thurman. He wouldn't get washed up by Keith Thurman. You know, I think he could beat. I think he could beat a lot of people at 147. Let me just say that. You know, I think fighters that would give Danny a tough fight at 147. Keith Thurman, obviously. Tim Bradley, Kell Brook, you know, those guys, I think they would give him a good fight. But as far as for the majority of the guys, I think he got a good chance of beating the majority of these guys at 147. Do I think it should have been a title fight? Nah. I don't think it should have been a title fight. It's a good fight. It's a good scrap. But do I think it should have been a title fight for the WBC that easy? I don't know. I mean, he was holding the WBC title at 140, so I kind of understand. You go up in weight, you know, you kind of get ranked high just going up. And I think he's going to be Amir Khan. Like I told you, Amir Khan is just a sucker for a left hook. And when he fights Danny, he's going to be winning the fight until Danny lands a big hook. And, you know, those punches that Guerrero was taking, Amir Khan is not going to be able to take those punches. He's not going to be able to take them. You know, not the way Guerrero did. If Guerrero was eating those big shots, Amir Khan ain't eating those shots like that. You know, he barely ate the shots from what's this guy named Chris Algieri. You know, Danny goes in there and he knocks that left. Amir Khan's a sucker for that left hook, man, and he's gonna go to sleep when he fights Danny again. You know, so Amir Khan should have just took that Kell Brook fight, because like I told y'all the other way, you doing all this ducking. You might as well fight the guy, because you're gonna get knocked out anyway. You might as well go and fight Kell Brook, get all that money, because the money ain't gonna be as big if you get knocked out by Danny Garcia again. You know, you might as well. He should have went for Kell Brook, because Danny Garcia's he's gonna knock him out again. He's gonna knock. I'm telling you guys that now. Danny Garcia is going to knock out Amir Khan again. You know. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. As far as Robert Guerrero and his future, I don't know, man. You know, I think he's still a good test. You know, I think they were saying in the commentary, or who was saying? I think I might have been listening to somebody on YouTube. Oh damn, I don't know who I was listening to, but I think I might have been listening to somebody on YouTube, and they saying that he should fight Kell Brook. I think it was Boxing Beats and Rhymes, and I think he's a good test for Errol Spence. You know, Guerrero should definitely fight Errol Spence. See how Errol Spence do against a Robert Guerrero. Not yet. Robert Guerrero should probably get a fight in there somewhere with somebody. You know, get him his W. But in the meantime, he should be a good test for Errol Spence. You know, maybe fight, do the Berto rematch. I think if he fought Berto last night, he would have won that fight again. Real talk. With that pressure he was bringing, I think he would have beat up Berto again. But I think he should, you know, fight maybe a Devin Alexander, do a Berto rematch, or fight Errol Spence. I'm not gonna sit here and say he should retire, but he is taking a lot of damage, man. He's getting hit in the head a lot. All right, so you know, let me know what you guys think, and I'll definitely check out that Joseph Parker fight when I get back in the house. All right, I'll check y'all later. Peace.